favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carries. Approval of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular township board meeting minutes dated December 11th, 2023, to accept the treasurer's report as presented, to accept the assessor's report for January 2024, to approve the December 2023 excuse me, bills, and to transfer the funds. And the total December 2023, bills and payroll includes township and building as follows. Check number 30027 through 30056. It includes the township bills, the township fire, police, and, police. Township fire, police, electronic payrolls, and the building department, which also includes building bills, building payroll, and building monthly remittance checks. Total amount of the township fire and police, and building payrolls and bills for December 2023 is $514,833.45. And I would break down the big expenses as $391,556.81 for fire truck. Minus,
That's the fire truck. Right?
yeah. And the building was $7,335.47. The police department got a new police vehicle. So the bills were a little higher than normal. $116,035.76, and the fire department was $12,313. $13.14. So we had quite a few expenses this last month.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Public comment.
So I have 3 complaints this month. The first one is that, in my opinion, John Clark does not belong in any safety board, because I have seen that man for years give terrible advice in village council meetings, and just really, he is not fit to be on there. But you appointed him again, and I know he used to be a fire chief here, and I know you run the fire department together, but I'm telling you, not suitable. And I can see what's going to happen here tonight. I'm not dumb. You can ignore our request to open up the police chief search. We can see. But I hope, as I was saying last time, you picked someone who's going to stand up to you. Because a friend reminded me, I texted a friend and said, hey, will you come and tell your story about the Metamora police? And he said, I moved far away because we just were sick of it. We knew we were going to fight for years to try to get the noise ordinance enforced, so we could just leave, and so that's what it did. And that's such a shame that we lost good citizens here because of that. But the reason that I think you need people to stand up to you is because one day, this is what he reported to me, you and Chief Mallett drove up to his house and got out of the car and told him that he needed to learn to get along with his neighbors. He and his wife, he told them this, that they need to get along with their neighbors. That's entirely unknown to me. And I can't speak to what your motivation was. I can't say whose idea it was, but I can say that they took it as an intimidation tactic. And I think that's highly inappropriate. So just like the people who wanted ORVs not to be, the laws not to be enforced, people need to stand up to you about that. And then the other complaint in here is about something that I remember, I kind of pushed out of my mind because it disturbs me so much. But the most disturbing thing that Chief Mallett has ever said to me. And it was when I was talking to him, I was on the phone with him talking about the person I had seen, the man I had seen, and I believed very much endangering his children on many occasions. And Mallett said to me, well, don't worry about it, Karen. If those kids get hurt, he'll be charged. When the kids are in the pediatric ICU, it is too late. It is too late. And I know this because I probably spent many months more than any of our safety officers has in the pediatric ICU. With my little brother, who had what looked like a minor head injury, and then he had epilepsy for 25 years and died from it. So I know exactly what happens. And one of the patients who was next to him, one of those times, was a kid who his dad just decided to tow him on a sled behind a four-wheeler. And his head had posted that the kid became an organ donor. I know how dangerous these things are, so the gap between my opinion on this and their opinion on this stuff might be knowledge. And also, I have a pediatric neurologist in my family, and I take care of the children. It is,
Thank you.
let's do some learning, let's do some research and get some training.
Good evening, I'm Willie Hamilton, your county commissioner. So last week, our organizational meeting took place on Thursday, January 4th. Tom Coleman was elected chairman for this next year. Truman Mast was elected vice chair. We adopted our meeting schedule for the year, our rules of procedure, and got our committee assignments. One thing I want to bring to your attention tonight, this will particularly affect townships, local government. There is a ballot proposal group called Axe My Tax that is looking to put a ballot proposal together for this November to eliminate property taxes. As you know, local governments rely on property taxes to function. So depending on how this goes, what their proposal is, that could be a huge problem. So they are going, the Lapeer Tea Party is hosting the head of that group for a presentation on the 16th of January at 7 p.m. at Mayfield Township Hall. You might want to attend that. And
They
see what this is
understand
about.
what the property taxes fund, right? They understand it funds police, fire, so we don't want fire protection anymore. We're gonna say no more fire engines coming and put out your house, fire, I mean, this sounds pretty stupid. I hate to use the word, I apologize, but it seems irresponsible to say, cancel all property taxes when you see what they go for. I mean, no libraries, no schools, no county government, no sheriff's department, no county jails.
Sounds like they want to centralize everything at the state level.
I hope they have a plan to pay for local government, because this could be a potential disaster. But I did bring you a copy of a brochure that
Well,
I
thank you.
did get, and you guys can look it over.
What day is that going to be?
Thursday the 16th,
Yeah.
Mayfield Township Hall. So I want to make you guys aware of that for sure. That's a huge thing if that potentially goes through. They're working on collecting signatures, you know, when the people are out there, oh, we're gonna eliminate your property tax. Of course, people are gonna sign it, so potentially could very well end up on the ballot, so just want to make everybody aware of that. This coming week, we have a first committee of the whole meeting, and then immediately after that, we're gonna have a full board meeting, which is a little out of order, but there's some ARPA dollars that we have to approve for a park, some equipment for the parks for the new water park that we're building, in order to get some equipment ordered so that we're not down for 2 seasons of the park. We authorize buildings and grounds to acquire quotes for engineering drawings for proposed addition to animal control. I don't know if anybody's ever been over there. It's a very small building. It was not designed to be an animal control facility. When officers come in with an animal, if there's customers in there, and they have to bring them in through the lobby, there's no other way to bring them in. So they're looking at ways to change that, make it safer for the public, safer for the animals and the officers. Also, our IT committee is working on acquiring proposals for new technology managed services, looking for a company to oversee all the county's technology networks, servers, all that stuff. So we've got a proposal out for quotes on that. And we're also going to start a cycle of replacing all the Motorola radios that the county uses, the police, fire, alerts anybody that has the Motorola radios, because Motorola is no longer servicing the models that we have. They're obsolete and considered non-repairable now. So we are going to start cycling those out and replacing those as needed. So all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had two things very quickly, quicker than I can walk up there. One, I'd like to ask if it's possible that we also have public time, several other townships and cities do at the end of the meeting as well, so that we can address what happened in today's meeting, like, per se, and get it cleared up right away instead of waiting a whole month to discuss it. So that's my first thing. My second thing is we're going to be talking about police chief appointment, and I think there might be some comments on that. Are we going to appoint a police chief today?
Yes, we are.
Were we supposed to do that in March?
It's gonna be in March, but we're doing it.
You're announcing it today,
Yeah,
but it isn't is it final today?
no.
Okay, it isn't final today.
It will be effective May 1st. The
Okay.
decision to select the chief will be final tonight. We will.
Okay, so should public want to express their opinions next month? It wouldn't be too late, would it, to fill this room up? Okay,
Well, they can come, but it'll be done deal. It'll be over.
really?
Yes, we are good. Well, public time, 3 minutes. I don't want to interrupt your public
Go
time. I
ahead,
apologize.
that's, no, you
Items
can
not on
address
the
it.
Agenda also,
Say again?
it's items that are not on the agenda.
Well, I just wanted to see if that was on the agenda or not. That could have meant anything, which is why I go back to my first request that we have public time at the end as well. But you can talk to me. That's not in my public time. I think that's what this is for.
I apologize. I didn't mean to take away from your 3 minutes.
No.
I apologize.
That's it.
All right, fire department.
Good evening. So the activity report for December of 2023, we had 29 calls for the month. We had 3 fires, 22 medicals, 4 PIs. We had 1 meeting, 2 trainings, 1 work detail. I think we ended 2023 at like 384 calls for the year. That's down about 20, 30 calls compared to what we've been doing. So we were down a little bit. Excuse me. A couple things on the agenda. First of all, I'd like to get permission to put on a new guy, Brian Urbach. He lives out on Dryden Road, and he is interested in joining the department. So if I could, I'd like to get permission to add him.
What? No?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to add Brian Urbach to our roster.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right, motion carried.
Thank you. Number 2 on the agenda, you guys have it as 3 people to go through EMT school. I have to drop that down to 2. The new guy, Brian, wanted to go through it, but on the way to orientation, he smacked a deer and totaled his car out. So he's not gonna have transportation, so he's gonna drop out of it for now. So I would like permission to send Janelle and John Fela to the EMT class. And the thing with that is Lapeer County EMS got a grant to hold 2 different EMT classes, one this year, one next year. And the total cost to me is $500 per student, but when they pass the class, I get that $500 back. So as long as they pass and everything happens the way hopefully it should, I'll get refunded for the money that I had to pay for the class. So essentially, it's gonna be free. But as of right now, it's $500 per student, so I would need $1,000, or permission for $1,000 to send 2 people through EMT school.
I'll make a motion to approve the $1,000 per, 500 per student.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carried.
And then, with all the new people we've been adding, I'm running out of new gear. I did find a demo set that I can buy for $1,100 that fits the guy. So I can buy that for $1,100 right now. I already have it. It's demo gear, a couple years old, but for me to buy a brand new set of turnout gear for him, it's about $3,500, and I have to wait about 6 to 8 months to get it. So it doesn't come soon. So if I could get permission for $1,100 to purchase a new set a guy that came from Grand Blanc that's already Fire 1, Fire 2 certified, so I need to get him into good gear. That way he can go in.
Right away.
And,
I'll make a motion to approve the $1,100 for the set of gear.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carried.
The last thing that we had to add today, because I forgot to have them added, is Doug is one of them, but I want to send 7 people to a 3-day training. It's called the Great Lakes Hot Classes. And what it is 3 days of training where you get a little bit of classroom, but a lot of hands-on stuff. It's not cheap, but it's really, really good training. I mean, it's second to none when it comes to training. But I would like to send 7 people to that, and that's $425 a person for 3 days of training. And that comes to $2,975 for that. And I think it's in June.
It's in June, and it's local, so it's in Auburn Hills, Pontiac area. We use a few different.
But they fill up.
It's in your budget, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They fill up so quick, so as soon as they opened the dates to register, they jumped on it and got registered, because if you don't, I mean, if you wait a couple days, you're not.
You're gone,
You're
yeah.
not getting into it.
I'll make a motion to approve the $2,900 for the June training seminar for the 7th.
Is it $29.75?
Yes. As long as they did their math right, 'cause I did math.
Yeah, I second it.
I'm going by what's on my.
I'll second
it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
What was that per person?
Pardon?
What was that per person?
425.
Because you guys,
And there's several different classes, so it's not, we're not all taking one class, there's.
and
there's
training's
different
very
ones.
important for your safety and the public safety as well.
That's all I have, thank you.
That's it? Okay, police department.
All right, for December 2023, we took 124 calls for assistance and 58 traffic stops. There were no burglaries for the month. There were no frauds for the month. There were no larcenies for the month. We did a pretty good job on it. We had 1 burglary for the year. I wanted to report to the board. And we did arrest 5 drunk drivers a month, that making 24 for the year. We had 13 crashes, which is really low for December. 7 PDA, 3 car gear, 3 injury accidents, no hit runs. And the department reported 217 crashes for the year. And that's all I have.
Township village. Police chief appointment.
So, you guys have reviewed all the information
Right.
provided regarding Ryan.
Right.
So, I'm gonna be the one making the motion to hire Ryan as the police chief for Metamora Township, effective May 1st, 2024.
I'll support that, and I believe that he's well-trained.
And everybody's talked to him.
Shame on you all. Count that in my 3 minutes.
I'm gonna do roll call.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Derderian,
Yes.
Chenard. Yes. Benscoter.
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Clark. Yes.
I will have this one for you next month. Last thing I do before I leave.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Welcome.
Congratulations, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Be prepared. That's all I want to say. Yeah. You guys just screwed us over.
All right, I got another topic. Let me take the next topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since it's mine. So, you've been wanting to get a temporary employee on board to do basically miscellaneous maintenance. I don't know, you gave everybody a copy of the
Yeah.
one page I put together, which defines kind of the roles and responsibilities, which would be basically some general landscaping. I mean, I think you've seen the conditions of some of the weeds that, you know,
Yes,
just
I
to maintain
constantly
the
go by
exterior
and
building,
pull 'em.
pick up
I
trash.
see 'em.
I think the front gutter was growing redwood trees out of it, so it'd be nice to get the gutters cleaned as
The
well.
guy that cuts the grass is not going to weed.
Yes.
Right.
I had my little confrontation with him. He wasn't too happy with me.
So, and then obviously, I mean, you can see the bugs and the lights that we'd like to get cleaned out, things
Sure.
like that are obvious. So I'd like to propose that we hire a maintenance person. I've identified individual, Janelle Speck. She works for the fire department, great person, she's expressed interest.
She's here.
And again, it's a limited thing, it'd be an as-needed basis, it wouldn't be like a, guaranteed hours like that. So, and again, I'm defining it as a temporary employee as defined by our policies, procedures as well, so.
Yeah,
I would like-
probably no more than 5 hours per week.
Yeah, I can't see it more than that, it depends on, one week could be more, next week could be none, right? It'll be based on the weekly assignments.
On a need to know, or
Well-
on a need to do.
Well, I mean, again, I think I defined that weekly assignments would be identified by the,
We used to have Bud Tucker, really.
Yeah.
so. Anyways, so I make a motion to approve that hire, so.
I'll support that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carried. MTA conference.
The annual MTA conference is in April, 23rd through the 20th. Those wishing, that would like to attend, it is $390 plus lodging to attend that. So I'm not sure who's interested, but if
I'm
some.
gonna,
Huh? You're going?
I'm gonna go.
Okay. So,
So I'll make a motion to approve, whoever's on the board who wants to attend the MTA conference for the price identified, the $390, plus lodging.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carried. I don't really have nothing. Ann, you get,
Yeah, I just, I go to the EMS once a month as part of duty of trustee. And we had our yearly meeting, and we've had so many new things happen this year, and I have to congratulate Russ Adams on his job there, because he does an outstanding job as director. He's very precise about things, and if something comes up, he usually attends to it right away. There was a new system, quality of incidences, instituted to shorten the time of billing. That's very important to the whole system that we have. We did get that grant. It was, I got it, hang on. $143,000 grant. It was a nice grant. Qualified as an education program. And we will have a education program manager for 2 years, and it covers the cost of 40 students to attend that EMT class. And what it does, well, for right now, there's 14 registered, and they can take up to 20. And it's 25% deposit, and they reimburse the student or the entity at the end of their successfully attended class and pass what they have to pass. Then some of the notable achievements, there's quite a few. We didn't have a real agency medical director that responded to us, to the ambulance service that the community owns. And his name is Dr. Michael Paul, and he's not affiliated with the hospital, which is a good thing. And so it's going to allow him an independent assessment of care and practices in our community. And he comes from, I believe, Port Huron. And he had lots of good credentials. We've implemented an electronic inventory control system, which is important to keep track of all the medical supplies and all the inventory that has to go on the ambulances, and it just is a lot of, it cuts down on the amount of time that people have to spend logging in and logging out and doing all that stuff. And it should reduce the overall cost of the supplies as well, because they can keep an accurate account of what they need and use. We also purchased EKG. I have it someplace. There's lots of pages here, sorry. Well, we purchased EKG units this year because, as you know, they wear out. They have to be replaced, and you have to have them in there, the defibrillators, the whole 9 yards. The iPads, the phones, they're all inventoried, and we belong to CAS, and I have to beg that I forgot what CAS stands for, but it's a certified accreditation from the whole United States, and we're only one of 200 that passed it with 100% this year. So he's got that place running pretty smooth. And we changed over our system to a new database. It's all electronic. It uses the cloud system. Let's see, what else? What can I say? We got new pediatric care bags, and they can contain all the implements for just treating tiny people instead of, adults. And let's see, that's been added to the things. We increased the pay scale. We are only down 3 EMTs. We had quite a bit of staffing problem during COVID. So we still need 3 more EMTs, but we're doing okay. Let's see. I guess that's about it. And the other thing is that MedStar closed 2 of their bases, so we're covering more area now. Because Elmont was using MedStar only, and MedStar decided it wasn't profitable for them, so they pulled out. And that's what happens with MedStar when they start promising that they'll take care of the community. Because after that, if it's not profitable, they come back to the supervisor or whoever and present them with a bill. And they pulled out because it wasn't profitable. It was a good thing.
So the beer,
Yeah,
So
so
did
did
Lapeer,
Lapeer. Yeah, but
before they got their millage.
Lapeer still uses MedStar. That's our chief competitor in the city because of the hospital. And with this Dr. Paul, he'll look more kindly towards our system versus, the MedStar. So there's a little competition going on and stuff, so overall, I was very pleased with their, Russ's presentation. And I just wanted to tell everybody that I think our ambulance service is by far outstanding compared to most because they care about the community that they live in. And that's important too. You live in the community